Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the first-time champions of the AFC, the Cleveland Browns, taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you for this one. And CD, all eyes on the AFC champs. What a story. The Cleveland Browns, their first Super Bowl appearance ever. 0-16 just 2 seasons ago, and now 4 quarters away from a Super Bowl title.
An utterly remarkable turnaround. There's no other way to put it. Fan base, can you imagine how desperate they've been for this day, for this opportunity to come around? You have to go back to 1964 for their last title in the NFL. That's pre-Super Bowl era. They beat the Colts 27-9.
And right away, he lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Black, black. Hey, echo.
Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, box truck, box truck. 55. Gun. 55. Let's go, Lolo. You got yellow. You got tape. Where's the hot? Where's the hot?
Cousins to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now Callaway on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. First carry for Nick Chubb. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Kill, kill, kill. Regular, regular, regular. Check, 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 check.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It's caught by OBJ. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Hey, watch it, watch it! He's coming, he's coming. Run.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Run. Real.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Check 31, check 31. Check the 50. Check. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up. Watch twist. Mike 5-4.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check. Watch 54. Let's put that team on the button. Check it. Regular. Check 24. Wall. Get wall. Shoot.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 5. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. You don't see me in your nightmare.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Under 10. 10. He's crashing. He's checking.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Nick Chubb stops short, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Browns 7, Vikings nothing.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, man.
We're going.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On second and 11 now. Cousins into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
It's our time.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. On the carry, it's Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Bravo!
They'll throw again. Cousins completes it to Davis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And he will score. Touchdown.
With just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Kings! Regular!
Check 24.
Bang! 6-6, pull it high.
Check!
They run, Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down by Emerson Griffin. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
54! Mike, 54!
Now Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move. First down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give running right is Chubb. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Mike 5-4. I'm here all day. Kill.
Up. Christian, travel.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ricky.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. And the weapons are
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Cousins. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Well, this is a new concept. It's third down, but they've got the punt unit on. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 24, check 24. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Watch the ship, watch it.
They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Watch the whip. Check three, check three, check three. Check.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
And again, it's Chubb. They'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Good. 180. Check. Run. Hey, let's pin the mirrors back. Hey, alert 33. Hey, high 7. Hey, alert 33. Rush in. Hurry.
Play fake. Mayfield. And he coughed it up. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's over.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Check. Real. Alert.
You got tape. You got tape right there. Check.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. 69 yards. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Check 15.
A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins now rolling to his right.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Check. Through. Gun. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go. First.
On second down, Cousins again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Third and long for Cousins. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
We got this.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Now Chubb. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Browns on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Chubb will get the call, running left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
General West.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
He's coming. He got double up. Watch out. Run. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 74 yards. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Protect. 180! I'm on.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. That'll bring up second down.
Second and 17.
Hurry!
17-yard line.
Hey, alert! Hey, orbit!
Mayfield now. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Check 31, check 31.
Hurry! Pistol. Regular.
Check. He's
Up.
double up. He's coming, double up.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
55, Mike, 55.
Rose. Listen to me.
Twist.
Lucky 48. Hot.
And he's got some space here. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game
and got his man complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Here we go. The Browns will go for two.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. He's not going to get me. King. Shit. SOS. That's run.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Cousins, open man is Thielen, it's complete. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. On first and 10, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there, first down, Vikings. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cousins now to throw on first down. It's caught by Davis. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now, starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened.
First. 55. Hey, Charlie.
That's right, baby.
Throwing here, Cousins. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal.